What's with these guys?
Hello, everyone, of course, and welcome to Red United TV. It's your boy, Ivorian Spice, and we are back at it again. This is not the catch-up. This is your Manchester United news, your latest Manchester United news. I thought we put the catch-up on hold because there is no football match to talk about. That's what it's originally all about, guys. As always, guys, for those who have just joined us as well, make sure you subscribe to Red United TV and also smash the like button as well. Subscribe to Red United TV all over the social media platforms as well. Follow us on YouTube, Twitter, Twitch as well, and we will get cracking. We've got a lot of things to discuss today. David De Gea has finally left us, guys. And I know you guys are thinking, what? David De Gea gone? How can we treat him like this? But it's life at the end of the day, you know. I've always said this before. Every day there's a new life being born. Someone passes away as well. Every day there's someone getting sacked, someone getting a new job. It's just part of life, you know. And David De Gea walks away as a millionaire at the end of the day. So we shouldn't be too upset. But let me introduce you guys to my my panel. And I think I got an unstable network. I don't know what's going on, guys. I do apologize if I sound like I'm moving slow or the stream as well is moving a bit slow because, again, I said it before. This thing's been acting up for a while. Big up to everyone that's just tuning in. Big up to Depps and big up to Jerome. Depps, how are you, my bro? Can you hear me?
It looks frozen.
Is Depps frozen?
Yeah.
Oh my God. You're gonna have to jump out. But Jerome, what are you saying, my brother?
Yeah, man. I'm all good in the hood, man. Good weekend. Enjoying the summer. Not working too hard, working smart, not hard, and all of that. So yeah, good start to the week, productive start. So yeah, just out there keeping an eye on the United news in the background while trying to enjoy life, really. So yeah, let's just hope that we get some good transfers and some good progress on the sale of the club and that, and yeah, just keep it going, keep the momentum going.
So far, we've had one transfer that's come in. Let me reintroduce Depps. He's just joined us up. Depps, are you okay? Can you see us? Can you hear us? Yes, perfect. Yeah. As I was saying earlier on, we've had one transfer, one incoming, Mason Mount. Of course, you guys haven't got your takes on it. I just want to quickly just get your thoughts on Mason Mount transfer before we dive into the David De Gea situation. So quickly, you got 1 minute. Jerome, we'll start with you, and then Depps, your thoughts on the Mason Mount signing. Are you pleased? Are you happy? Are you upset? Or it is what it is?
You know what? I can't even lie. When I first said that we were interested in Mason Mount, it was a bit of a underwhelming transfer target because in my head I was thinking that we need to prioritize other areas. But as we've got the transfer through and I've had time to digest it and assess it, it seems like it could be a good acquisition for us because he's can sort of that rotate between himself and Ericsson, because we saw at the latter part of last season that Ericsson was just struggling physically, and we can't afford to have that next season because next season is going to be even more tougher. So I can see the manager likes the energy and the enthusiasm that Mason Mount will possess, and he's got the technical ability. So he's effectively a long-term Ericsson replacement, really.
Mm-hmm.
So you can't really complain with that. And we've got him for, when you look at it, in terms of the English tax and the homegrown nature of the deal, I think £55 million, even though he had a year left in his contract, it's a good deal. Where you consider like you've got the likes of Declan Rice going for basically double that. So yeah, you just gotta look at the positives really, because ETH knows him well from when he was managing Ajax. So this ain't no sort of panic buy. This is something that we've gone straight for at the beginning of the transfer window. So we know that this is an ETH signing, and he's happy with the signing. This is probably going to be his marquee signing of the summer. So I'm all ready to get behind it. Really, like it was underwhelming at the start, but you got to put your trust in the manager. We can see from the first season that the manager seems to know what he's doing, and he's not just buying players for the sake of it. So he's got a place and he's got a plan for Mason Mount. So yeah, I'm all good with it really.
Depths, of course. What's your thoughts on this Mason Mount situation? Are you happy with the transfer, or you just think man should have done just way better? Or you just accepting it? It is what it is, like I said earlier on.
Yeah, it was a bit of a happy that we signed somebody, but it's not been the excitement of the type of player that we actually wanted at United. But when you use your logic, your common sense, you see that it's a good acquisition for United. The man's been one of Chelsea's best players, bar last season, but the two previous seasons, 100% Chelsea's standout player alongside Kante. So I've been screaming this for a long time, signing the best players from teams that are actually doing well, and Mason Mount's one of them. So yeah, man, happy with Mason Mount. I think his style of play suits the tactical inclusion that he's about to learn. So I think he's going to be a very, very, very major, very, very, very important player for Manchester United. As that Champions League was his and Kante's, in my opinion. Before he's come to United, he won it. Without him and Kante, there would have been nowhere near winning that Champions League. But with him and Kante in the middle, I think Kante was just sweeping up, and he was getting the important goals because of that reliability. And I think he's got that in Casemiro again. So it'd be interesting to see next season. But yeah, man, I'm pretty happy with the all-round signing where we didn't overpay, and he was a very important player for Chelsea. If you see Chelsea fans right now, they're very upset that he's gone. Very, very, very understanding that he was their best player. So yeah, man, it's a bit of a would have preferred Tonali that went to Newcastle. Very similar price. Got a bit more flair to his name, but Mason Mount he's been solid in the Premier League, and yeah, man, hopefully we can Rashford him up and get him up to proper stats, man.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm with you on that, man. I tell you right now, I'm neutral on this now because I've had time to reflect, because I looked at Mason Mount a little bit closer, and I can see a player that maybe Eric Ten Hag likes as well. And I think maybe I warmed to him because I see a player that's willing to do well, wear the shirt, and play all these heart out. At the same time, I can't. What's so funny when I speak about Mason Mount? The only thing I can talk about is his passion and desire. Nothing football aspect, none of his technical abilities or anything like that. Yeah, but I see what he does. We see what he did at Chelsea. As I said before, is technically Chelsea's best player in the last two, apart from last season, but the last two seasons before that, the Champions League win the season after, he's been Chelsea's best player, winning, I think, Player of the Year. So it is what it is. But let's move it on from that. Of course, guys, we are here to talk about David De Gea, and it's mixed emotions for a lot of people. People are upset. Some people are happy because I'm on that side of it should have happened a long time ago. But David De Gea has finally left. He's officially gone, and this is today's news. I mean, it took place on Saturday, broke in the afternoon. David De Gea himself has released his own personal message. I'm going to go straight to my Instagram post and share you guys the hot warmth message that David De Gea himself left behind. David De Gea, as he said goodbye to the teams and fan, wishing David De Gea, I'm wishing that we all wishing David De Gea the best of luck in the future. David De Gea said, I just want to send this farewell message to all Manchester United supporters. I would like to express my unwavering gratitude and appreciation for the love. Let me get a picture up because this is a bit weird. Yeah. I would like to express my unwavering gratitude and appreciation for the love from the last 12 years. As again, guys, David De Gea has been here for 12 years. We've achieved a lot since my dear Sir Alex Ferguson brought me to this club. His dear Sir Alex Ferguson means he knows him for a very long time and he holds him closely to his heart. Yeah, I took incredible pride every time I put on this shirt to lead the team, to represent this institution. The biggest club in the world was an honor only to bestow upon few lucky footballers. It's been an unforgettable and successful period since I came here. I don't think from leaving Madrid as a young boy, we would achieve what we did together. Now it's the right time to undertake a new challenge to push myself again in the new surroundings. Manchester will always be in my heart. Manchester has shaped me and will never leave me. We've seen it all. We've won a lot. We're Man United and we're never gonna stop. You know what the chants for those who know Manchester United chants, yeah. But that's David De Gea's message to everyone. That was on Saturday when he officially announced that he will be leaving Manchester United. And the contract, of course, guys, his contract was up at the start of July. And Manchester United put it on hold in terms of retalks, in terms of wait a second until they sort out their goalkeeper situation. But it seems David De Gea has had enough and doesn't want to wait and decided to move on with his career. But Debs, I'm going to start with you first because you are a big David De Gea fan. You're very passionate about the situation here. I think you are. I'm not too sure. You could be sitting on the fence or you could just be trolling us today, which I don't know which side we'll get from you. But Debs, your thoughts on David De Gea leaving Manchester United?
Yeah, it is a bit of a, to be honest, I like David De Gea. I think David De Gea was a baller that, maybe he didn't feel like a United supporter, but what he produced on the pitch was the best I've ever seen from a goalkeeper. I've never seen a goalkeeper in this life pull off the saves that David De Gea's pulled off. I just don't feel like David De Gea progressed with the team or helped progress their team. I think he was in a. It feels like a bit like Aaron Wan-Bissaka right now, where Bissaka, he's saving the team, but he's not helping the team go forward. And I feel like he's the same as what Ten Hag is now trying to replace. He's trying to get rid of guys that are just being known for saving the team rather than going to build and attack teams. I think he wants to build rather than be saved. So yeah, out with De Gea, man. To be honest, towards the end, I kind of see why he didn't want him. He's capable of being that Ronaldo, where he went into the Twitter doing some silly things, and it's very unnecessary. Be professional. You're still contemplating a Manchester United career. So I can understand why Ten Hag just doesn't want characters like that. He's been a wonderful, probably, character in the dressing room, but I just feel like he's only been wonderful to save Manchester United from stupidity rather than help United be progressing. And I think Ten Hag's changing that about all his players right now. So it's a bit of a sad one because he's been a very loyal servant up until the time that he actually cried to go Real Madrid. But he's been a very, very, very loyal servant. Producing some of the best saves in the world. But it's your time to go. It's your time to go, man. And in this industry, you've got to be a bit ruthless. And he wasn't fitting in with what Ten Hag wanted, and it's time to go, man.
I'm going to move it up to Jerome as well. I think my screen again. I think it's this software, guys, that keeps freezing me out. But yes, as I was saying, guys, make sure you smash that like button and share. Jerome, what's your thoughts on the current situation of David De Gea leaving? Are you happy? Do you not give a toss?
If I'm going to be brutally honest with you, De Gea needed to go. Like, you can see that he doesn't fit the way that the manager wants to play. So it's almost like if we got De Gea on a new contract extension, then it's almost like contradicting yourself. And it's like, what's the point of you managing Man United if you're not able to stamp your own authority and style of play on the team? Because the goalkeeper obviously can't play the way you want to play. So how are you meant to progress as a team? So it was the logical step for the goalkeeper to leave. So that's the way I saw it. Obviously, the goalkeeper is giving us 12 great years of service, and we all thank him for that, and we'll acknowledge that. Hopefully, he gets a proper send off, a testimonial, and all of that. I think I don't know if that's been confirmed yet, but I hope he comes back for that. But it doesn't make sense to keep him on to be second choice because we're actively searching for a new goalkeeper, and a keeper of De Gea's stature shouldn't be sitting on the bench playing second fiddle. So it only made sense for him to go and find a new club. But the way it ended was probably a bit sour because it was clear that the club didn't want to keep him on. So the fact that De Gea had to announce it a week after his contract expired was a bit embarrassing, to be honest. And if he took any longer to announce that he'd left United, even though his contract expired at the end of June, then he would have just been made to look a laughing stock already. So it was better late than never. But yeah, the high-profile mistakes that he's done this past season, I think it was just the final straw just to say that, yeah, we just need to move on now. Thanks for your 12 years, but it's time to move forward now because although we got the Golden Glove, you could argue that the defence had a lot to play in that as well. Because
100%, man.
A lot of those
people
games,
don't see it like that, though.
a lot of those games, the opposition didn't even have a shot on target. So if they didn't have a shot on target, then obviously it's going to be a clean sheet. So, but obviously people don't look at it like that. People just look at it as black and white. That are clean sheet. De Gea gets a clean sheet without actually analysing what went on in the game. So right now we just need to get a keeper in that's a bit more flamboyant, a bit more, dare I say, unpredictable, because I think that's one of the weaknesses of De Gea is that he's just too predictable. All the opposition teams know what to do to manage to deal with De Gea. Just put pressure on him, put long balls into the box, and just get him looking feeble in goal. They know that he can't distribute, so they'll put pressure on him. They know that obviously he's a good shot stopper. And even that's questionable now because that seems to be deteriorating. His best asset hasn't been shown off for the last few years. So it was just getting to the point where we're already on the back foot because we've got a goalkeeper that opposition teams are targeting, and he's not really helping himself by not being able to distribute the way he should be for a top goalkeeper, especially on that particular salary that he's on. So basically, he's just an old school goalkeeper. We need to move with the times now. The playing style has changed, and we need a goalkeeper to be able to adapt to that. So yeah, definitely time for a change. But like I said, thanks for 12 years of great service because it's not often that players stay at United for that long. So
can I interrupt?
Yeah.
It felt like last season with the Pogba circumstance, and he ran his contract down, and he wants more money than any other club is ever going to give that man. And now he's got no choice. Ten Hag said, we're not running them old school politics where we're giving out free contracts for players that ain't doing nothing, for players that ain't chipping in, for players that you ain't earning your contract. You know, you got the clean sheets, but we've seen the statistics. You ain't had a save to make. So you ain't getting no contract. And it feels like a world-class player is leaving us with the mentality of, I want money in my pockets rather than I want glory in my trophy cabinet. And to be honest, it's De Gea. He's only won, one Premier League?
That was under Fergie.
Yeah.
That was 11
years.
You want to tilt your camera a bit down? Can you just do it? Yeah.
11 years without winning anything. he's now become what is wrong with United, and Ten Hag's just getting rid of him. Literally, whatever is wrong with United is gone.
Yeah.
And
Basically his bargaining power had diminished because he had a poor season overall, even though he got the Golden Glove. Because when you look at it as a whole big picture, he's declined over the last few years. So he couldn't really expect to be getting paid the same salary on a contract extension. And I think the manager just thought, you know what, we can't even agree to this reduced wages because keeping you on is just going to hold us back. So the right decision was made in the end. It's sad to see the way it happened, but as you said at the beginning of the show, it's life. These things happen. People lose jobs.
Yeah, but at United though, I do want some club legend. I want club legends being respected as well now, man. Because
but the question is he really a club legend? Because has he achieved what the other great keepers like Van der Sar and Peter Schmeichels have? You know, because he's achieved the fewest out of all of them. He's only won one Premier League.
In terms of achievements, no one's achieved at United. At United, unless it's Ronaldo that came back, Ibrahimovic, those type of old players, no one's achieved at United. And to be completely honest, De Gea was the only one that achieved at United. You know, he was the only one the only player at United, other than Rashford, that I could honestly say, in a better team, he would have won stuff. 100%.
Let me just stop you there before you continue. Let me just read One Touch TV's message. Oh yeah, now my people. Exactly how he says it as well. Like, no respect for your legends. Like I said before, I did question that. First Ronaldo, now De Gea. Who's next? Maguire. Please let it be Maguire. Don't disrespect your captain. He must start your first game. That's some trolling. That's my guy, bro.
Definitely trolling.
De Gea has so many single-handedly, especially against Arsenal. I remember he's the great saves against Arsenal as well. Is it De Gea's fault for only one title? No. Have a heart. This is not how to treat your legends. Again, I have to say he's not a legend. Quickly just set and round up what you're saying because I want to have my turn regarding David.
Yeah. To be honest, in my opinion, he's a club legend. The matches that we have watched De Gea play and the times where we have congratulated him and we have thanked him for winning us countless. There's so many games that he literally won the game for United in a losing team where United just was under pressure.
We're just getting pammed
week out. He was literally the answer, and it's like we thank you for that. Like you gave us talk up to other fans for 12 years. Like we've literally had the best keeper in the league for 12 years, 100%. Any other fans come to us and we've said he's better than this keeper, he's better than that keeper, had saves to prove it, and it's like he's got to the end of his career and it's like he's played in a shit team under managers that after they came to United, they weren't really winning anything. Mourinho's gone on done nothing. Van Gaal's gone on done nothing. Moyes just took home the Mickey Mouse European Cup. The managers ain't done anything. So he's come on the managers that they were at the end of their careers anyway. They ain't done anything. In a team where no one was winning anything, and he was being the best player for how long? Literally. So in my opinion, he's a legend, but when you get that age and you ain't it. I just don't like the way that Manchester United fans have now kicked him out the door when they should have been clapping him out the door. I don't like the way Manchester United fans looked at him and kicked him out the door rather than applauding him and saying, you know what, you've been a servant, but we need something different. Yeah, man.
I hear that, Debs, man. You know what? I fully respect that. I think a lot of Manchester United fans have said, thank you, David, for all the things you've done, but goodbye. I think that's what people have done. Like, they've shown their respect, but it's time to go, like Claude will say, innit? Like, and you're right. He's been unfortunate to be in an era where Ferguson left and he had managers who are at the end of their careers, not as innovative as Ten Hag is, and then having David Moyes as well, which wasn't the best thing, and having Louis van Gaal, where a little success then. Jose Mourinho, where it started off with success and then became, just stale, and it just never went the right way. But then you had Oli, who wasted him 3 years of his career, and I don't think you can ever take that back. And then when it starts getting good, you have a manager that's proactive, innovative, you know, like Eric Ten Hag, and you can see where the club's gonna go, and you've just won the Carabao Cup and you got to the finals of the FA Cup, which to the extent some of it was his fault that we've lost, yeah. But just when things are good and it's time for you to go because you don't have the skill that you need to play the way the manager's philosophy is. I only say if he was young enough and it was Ten Hag was there earlier on, or Louis Van Gaal was there earlier on, maybe he would have improved his ball distribution out. But because he's old, and as they say, an old dog can't learn new tricks, and he's an old dog. He's 32 now. But to be honest with you, my personal opinion, guys, I do apologize if my voice isn't sounding, is it matching with the video? I think it's acting up again. I think it's the software itself, because this happens even when I'm doing the pre-recording. So I don't know what's going on, man. I might have to change softwares. But as I was saying earlier on, it is time. You know, I said it before. Jerome said it before. We've seen the mistakes that's been going on with David De Gea, and for Manchester United to move on and play this new brand of football, it starts from the back, the foundation, which is the goalkeeper, and he's holding us and hindering us from playing the way the manager wants to play. And if I want to see progress, yeah, but some people I know they are sentimental towards David De Gea, but David De Gea is just a player. Manchester United will always be here, but David De Gea will be a time where he goes and he won't be playing for Manchester United. That's taking place, yeah. The sentiment, we need to put that aside. If you want Manchester United to improve, to evolve in their football, their philosophy, your favorite players need to go sometimes. You need to just swallow the pride and just be like, you know what, for the better of Manchester United, if it means for Manchester United to become a better team, a more competitive team, then yeah, he should go. Like, we got rid of Ronaldo for a reason. The guy only scored 4 goals for us, and he wasn't contributing in the style of play. When Eric Ten Hag came, and he was problematic. We got rid of David De Gea because he caused us a lot of problems, you know. And a lot of us were like watching him, especially when the ball came to him in the big games, when it was time to pass back to a player. We had our hands on our heart, bro. Like, we was hoping, please pass correctly, don't make a mistake. And we, as Manchester United, as I said before, as a club that wants to evolve and get back to challenging, we can't have a goalkeeper that's had the highest mistakes in the Premier League this season alongside
Yeah,
Hugo Lloris.
just wanted to interrupt.
Yeah,
I
go on.
agree. I agree. See, you see with De Gea, it's not just the mistakes. He
What is
was
it?
actually not. He was not ball. You don't know ball retention. So he wasn't passing the ball to be retained in the progressive areas of the pitch. So he would make the pass to Rashford, and the pass is not a pass to make. Like, Rashford is never going to win it in the air. Rashford is never. Do you get what I'm saying? Rashford's never going to hold up the ball. Why are you passing it there? It's like he'll make the pass there, lose the ball, the pressure comes back onto him, and then he'll make a wonderful save. And it's like, oh yeah, De Gea. And Ten Hag's like, no more. I don't want no more. I want man to keep the ball, fam. I want man to hold on to the ball. So he's never really been good with his feet. He passes it to the right areas, but never effective, you know.
Yeah, I think the problem is that I know obviously we don't want to talk too long on it, but I think the problem is that, like Patrick said, the managers that he's had hasn't to help develop his game. Like, when we had Oli for the last 3 years, it was just freestyle football. There wasn't any tactical play or any sort of structure to the way you want to play. So it was almost like a waste of 3 years just doing nothing. It's just like us turning up to work and your manager saying, yeah, just come in and just
same again, lads.
Yeah, same again. Yeah, same again. Just do this, and yeah, once you've had enough, yeah, just log off for the day. Like, literally, you're not learning no new skills or methods of working. It's almost like that, isn't it?
Yeah,
at least with Mourinho and Louis Van Gaal, there was some sort of structure, some sort of idea. Also, Mourinho's style wasn't play out from the back. It was more or less more direct. So that is probably a style that De Gea will probably benefit from. But obviously now we're looking to play more progressive football, and De Gea's age, it's going to be a lot more difficult for him to adapt to this new style when he hasn't been playing that for the last since Fergie basically. So yeah, you can understand that the club's decision not to renew his contract, really.
Cool, no problem. Let's just end it there on the David De Gea situation, because of course Manchester United trying to resolve that situation regarding David De Gea, and you guys have heard the news. It's been circulating. Any minute now, in the next couple of days, we might hear another "Here we go" from Fabrizio Romano or David Ornstein as well, confirming the transfer of Andre Onana. Let me just share my screen, because even himself, the transfer guru Fabrizio Romano, tweeted earlier on And he's even pinned it since July the 7th as well. Manchester United are really close to signing Andre Onana. Positive rounds of talk. Final bids to arrive soon. Then done deal. Told deal will be sealed by the end of the week. We hope Eric Ten Hag is hoping that they can get him before Friday so they can fly out to their USA tour. And they've got a match against Leeds, I believe, this weekend. I'm not too sure the week after. But personal terms are agreed. Have never been a problem regarding Andre Onana himself. Just see him right there. Look at that, guys. First of all, I'm going to get your thoughts on it. Is Andre Onana the right keeper for us at this moment in terms of the availability of goalkeepers to come in and do the job for Eric Ten Hag himself? Is he the right person? I'm going to start off with you. Well, let me start off with last time I started off with Depths, innit? Let me start off with Jerome. Jerome, what's your view?
I'm very excited about this potential new signing. I'm not even gonna lie. Like it's gonna be the first time that we've got a progressive, unpredictable goalkeeper that's gonna be flamboyant. He's gonna be doing things that we're not used to at Old Trafford, because we've seen 12 years of the game is a long time, like a long time. So we're gonna be seeing someone that's not just gonna stay at their box for the whole time. We're gonna have someone that's proactive in coming out, sweeping, being proactive in coming out for the ball, doing some good long passes that actually gets to the intended player and not just punt it long to the opposition. He's going to be calm under pressure. Obviously, we're going to see some mistakes here and there because you would expect that if you're playing that high-risk football. So, yeah, that's what we need. We need to start playing front foot football and not just being so timid, because that's De Gea was being a bit timid, innit? Just by staying stuck at his goal line. We just need someone that's going to give us a bit more unpredictability, something different, something to get the opposition thinking. Like, what's Onana going to do in goal? Is he gonna play it short? Is he gonna pass it long? Like, is he gonna go more direct? We need something that we need a lot more variation, and I think that's what Onana's gonna give us. And I think the fans are gonna be happy. They're gonna be delighted when we've got a new dimension to our play. We're gonna have a goalkeeper that's gonna actually get involved in the play, and that's what we need. We need goalies now to actually start acting more like footballers, like what we see with Liverpool and Man City. That's when they're able to dominate games and be on the front foot, because they've got a keeper that helps them retain the ball. So hopefully next season we're going to limit the amount of times that we just pass the ball straight to the opposition, because it's tiring for us players to just having to keep defending all the time because your keeper just punts it straight to the opposition. Like, defending is a lot more harder than having the ball and attacking. And if we've got the ball more, we've got a better chance of winning and creating sustained attacks. But if the opposition keep pamming us and putting pressure on us, when we do eventually get the ball, we're going to be too tired to like think of inventive, creative ideas going forward. So it's going to help us a lot. It definitely give us another extra option in attacking plays.
And what about you, Deps, man? What's your thoughts on Onana? Are you feeling him? Or are you thinking, do you know what? Yeah, everyone's past. We can do better, man. I've seen the mistakes. We've all seen the mistakes, and David here makes mistakes too. And we've seen the wild mistakes that Andre Onana made as well from the videos. But hey, it's what we see from what he can do with his feet from the back, his goalkeeping, his one-on-one situation, his distribution, and the fact that he can step into areas that we don't see David De Gea step into. You know, the no man's zone for David De Gea. He will never step into it. But what's your thoughts, Debs? Is he the right guy? Is he the man?
I'm a bit, I don't know. It feels like all the Ten Hag signings, to be honest, where I look at them from a sensible perspective, and I say, no, it's not it. I've said it with all these signings: Martinez, Casemiro, even Mount. It's like, yeah, it's good to have a good new keeper, and you know he's gonna play the football, but he don't look like that guy. Like, he don't strike me for that guy, you know. And it's like, only because it's Ten Hag, I'm trusting to say, yeah, like, but if I was at the helm and you're saying San David Onana, I'm saying, nah, like, I've watched, what's his name at Brentford, Raya, do what I need at a cheaper price. Let's go get, like, I've seen him, how many saves has he made? Played with his foot. Like, and obviously, Ten Hag's probably saying the same thing. Well, I've seen Onana sit at, to get me and do this and do that. So, obviously, the manager's once again seen something in a player where you know, he feels like can win them a title.
Yo, you know what I would say, you know what I would say to counter that? Because at first I'm thinking, yeah, why don't we get Raya? But has Raya really played in any big games, high pressure scenarios?
No.
And I think that's what it boils down to. We need that. Being a goalkeeper for Man United is a different kettle of fish. Like, it's a big level once you put on
I don't know.
I don't know. I just think that Onana will he'll just take it. He'll be loving it. He'll be loving the pressure. He'll be embracing it. But,
yeah, because he's used to this.
Yeah, he's used to this. He was playing in the Champions League final.
I've watched Onana Champions League final.
And
I've seen him a few games. He looks he looks like he's a wonderful. He looks like one of the best keepers in the world. There's no doubt about that. But I don't want him coming to United and he's just doing what De Gea just did, which is De Gea's probably going to make way better saves than him, but then the mistakes are just in him. So we're just watching him make mistakes, cost us points while making good saves. And this time playing better football. But as he's playing a better football, he's still costing us points. I don't want to see that from a fan's point of view. So obviously the big leagues is the big leagues. He's won with Ajax, so obviously he does have a mentality. I've heard interviews from Onana. I've heard his mentality. He does seem like a true, genuine leader. I heard him speak about Haaland, like, well, I've got to be scared of Haaland. I did like his interviews and things like that, but I'm thinking it from a business point of view and a logical point of view. So logical, I just saw big man Raya perform week in, week out in a team that United struggle to beat. Why are we not looking there? Like I even saw the Porto goalkeeper, and if we're gonna pay 51 million and Porto asking for 55 million, do you get what I'm saying? Like that's and Onana's making way more mistakes than the Porto keeper. Like like out of all the keepers suggested, he is the most mistaken. Like he does make the most mistakes. So I don't want it to be a donkey thing where Onana comes to United and he's doing the same shit that De Gea is doing. Do you know what I'm saying?
The funny thing about, we talk about David De being a great shot stopper, but we've seen statistics that Onana's a better shot stopper than him in terms of his shot stopping ratios. David De was even a top 5, bro.
Yeah, but David De Gea is pretty with it. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like watching Rooney versus Shearer. Shearer's gonna get the tap-ins where Rooney's gonna do the bicycle kicks. Do you get me? But at the end of the day, Shearer's gonna pull off with all the goals in it because obviously he's in for the gritty. So Onana is the guy. Like Onana is what we call an upgrade to what is here and now to De Gea.
Onana, he'll make mistakes. It's inevitable.
But with the options available. That's the problem. It's not the replacement. The options available. I just feel both of the keepers available. Anyway, it's Ten Hag's decision, isn't it? But both of the keepers available, I probably would have selected one of them over Onana. I think Onana is truly. I think there's a reason why Inter Milan's getting rid of him. You know,
I think it's good business.
Yeah, that's what it is. Because they got him for peanuts.
It's for free. Free
transfer. Yeah.
They make
but if I was going to sign someone from Inter, it's not going to be Onana. Like it's not going to be Onana, and that's
one thing you got to remember though. You know, when it comes to buying players, it's always going to be like two good players, and you got to decide which one to pick between the two. Like we saying Costa or Onana. Because I remember last week when we went for De Gea, we actually nicked with Manuel Neuer. And I can tell you from now, people were telling me that Noah, we should have got him instead of De Gea.
Absolutely.
But Noah would have came United and lost anyway. Noah would have came United, went through a losing team and not won anything.
He could have, in hindsight, he could have probably left for Real Madrid. But he's a better keeper.
I just want to cut you there because, of course, one Don MUFC said every keeper makes mistakes. Liverpool makes a lot of mistakes last season. What are you talking about? And Alisson Becker is.
And where did they finish?
Don't worry about that. Don't worry about where they finish. I'm just telling you, Alisson Becker is the best keeper in this world, including Ederson. And Ederson makes mistakes too. You know, every keeper makes mistakes.
Ederson didn't make a single mistake last season, and they won.
Actually, they kind of. I think he did make a mistake last season, but hey, I don't know. Maybe you're right. Yeah. But again, top 10 goalkeepers. David De Gea's not in there anymore. So I just be honest with you, man. Like it is time, and I think Onana's a great choice. You know, especially for the way Manchester United want to play from the back as well. We've seen videos. We've seen managers, especially Inter Milan's manager who plays defensive football, purring at the way Onana gets his team out of trouble with a perfect pass and setting up and starting up plays. And again, it's about evolving our football. That's why I'm gonna go for him, because who else? Who else? Tell me.
It's Raya. He
No,
hasn't played
Raya,
big games.
Raya
Raya's gonna
and the
he'll
guy from
crumble.
Porto.
Raya
I
will
know,
crumble.
I know.
I think
Diogo
Raya will
Costa as
crumble.
well has been also been known to make mistakes as well.
Yeah.
So are you comfortable with that? You're confirming him as well, because he's been making a lot of mistakes too. So
No,
you can't
Costa
just
ain't.
say,
Costa's
come on,
way
man,
more.
don't do this to us, man.
Costa is way more of a shot stopper and a leading goalkeeper than the mistakes he's been making. Like
Yeah,
Costa,
as well.
like literally like what De Gea is, but can ball play as well. So Costa is literally like a proper goalkeeper. Like they put that price tag on him because he is that guy, bro. Like literally is that guy. Onana is what I call like a Martinez, where he'll walk into the team, understand exactly what the manager wants from previous seasons. Remember, he spent about 2 seasons with the gaffer already under the tactic. So he'll walk into the team, and that team's going to become a straight championship pushing team, because it's another player that understands what we need from the gaffer.
Who's mentioning? Diogo Costa or Nana? Because
Onana is the guy that will walk into the team, and the gaffer will say, pass it to Casemiro, find Casemiro in that hole, or find Mason Mount in that hole, and he's going to do it because he's been doing it for about 2-3 seasons now.
No, he's been doing it his whole entire life.
Yeah, but when I'm talking about when push comes to shove and we are in the shits, and Nana might be the guy to give away a penalty in the last minute of the Champions League final, bro. Like, he is that type of guy. I'm trying to explain that the guy.
Sorry, Debs. I want to contradict you, because the reason why you said in the Champions League final, he was recently in the Champions League final. And did he make a mistake? No, he didn't. In fact, he was standing tall against the best strikers in the world, Erling Haaland, 1-on-1, and still made that save. So I beg to differ, you know.
And
I
to
think
add to that.
go on to add.
And to add to that, Inter should have got something from the game.
Mm-hmm.
Lukaku was being Lukaku, so
I don't know.
The keeper was alright.
Onana, cool. Like I'm more than happy to take him on board, but with the options available, there's way better options. There's way better goals. That Rui Patricio, that guy from Porto, can't remember his name.
Was it Roma? Rui Patricio? That Roma, or was it? Who was he keeping right now? I know you're talking about the Portuguese goalkeeper. For the price. If you're telling me Onana's going to United for £40 million, sign him. It's a bargain. You can shot him 4 years, 5 years, 6 years down the line if he becomes like De Gea and make our money back, make suitable money. But then if you're saying sign him for 55, 60 million, leave that guy alone. There's better players. It feels like Mount and Tonali, you know, I feel like that is United's level right now, where we're literally going to be battling the £55 million signings, and it's like, which one do you want? And it's like United's going for the same thing with Raya and Onana, and so sign which one, and is this one going to be for United? Personally, out of all of them, I think Onana would be the most impactful signing, to say you'll notice the difference of a goalkeeper playing out of the position, tactically aware of what the manager wants. But when you're talking about like importancy, I don't think he's that guy. I think he is mistake ridden. So I don't think Onana is the guy. I think the importancy. I think the guy at Porto is a way better character, way better leadership skills, way better characteristics than Onana, and
and that's it. Like I don't like. It's not to say Onana's a bad keeper, but when it comes to picking the best, I don't think he's the best. I honestly don't think he's the best keeper.
I mean, you know what? You have your opinion. I can respect that. You know, he's not the best goalkeeper in the world, but he's probably going to be up there in terms of the top goalkeepers in the world, which is probably top 10, maybe top 15. I might be wrong. There's probably plenty of goalkeepers that's probably better than him. But for what Manchester United can get in the way they want to play, I think he's probably the only suitable goalkeeper that Manchester United can get realistically. Because you look at Diogo Costa, and Porto have quoted 70 million euros. Close to 80 million euros, and I don't think you want Manchester United to spend that money on the goalkeeper, whereas
they're going to spend that on Onana.
No, but it's cheaper. It's cheaper compared to
what £5 million. Cheaper.
I said Porto are quoting close to 80 million euros for their goalkeeper, whereas Inter are saying 55
I heard
million
he's got a release clause. So forget the euros, talking pounds. He's got a release clause for £60 million. Yeah, we're looking to sign Onana for £55 million.
55 million, including annual 45 million.
55 million pounds for Onana, or 60 million pounds for the Porto goalkeeper.
Well, can I say something? I don't know the Diogo Costa like that, apart from playing Football Manager. I don't know how good he is on Football Manager, but I don't watch him to say that. Yeah, I'm hand on heart certain. I've been hearing about Onana's at Inter for a while.
When I say the guy is literally he's like De Gea in the sense where certain players just don't take certain shots against him, understanding that you ain't gonna defeat him. So he's got to the level where players look at him now and say, "Nah, I'm not gonna do that." He's a real good goalkeeper.
At the end of the day, we just got to go with the manager's judgment, and he sees Onana as his number one goalkeeper, and we have to respect that because in his first season, the majority of his signings have worked out well. This isn't just a bunch of randoms coming in. So yeah, I got a good feeling that he's going to come in and he's going to do a good job for us. So that's the way I see it.
This is another Ten Hag signing where, in my opinion, it's like, why him? Like, why him?
Because it's the only one we can get realistically until we get new owners.
Martinez, I said the same thing about Martinez. Remember, everyone was like the height. Casemiro, Mount. Now, even I'm looking at Mount thinking, Mount, like Mason Mount. You know what I'm saying? Like he's good. Don't get me wrong, but he ain't that guy. You know what I'm saying?
I'm going to stop you there. Let me just stop you there and just read this one from one Don MUFC before you carry on. It says, Onana is the third best keeper in the world right now, other than the Liverpool one and the City shitty one. Sorry.
This guy's an Arsenal fan.
No, it's a man. Okay, wait. Are you not reading what it says?
He said MUFC.
He's an agent.
Oh my God. Don't talk about one Don.
That guy will take off his Man United and he'll have an Arsenal kit on.
Don't talk about my boy, bro. This is the
that guy will have an Arsenal
fan here. This is an Arsenal fan. This is an Arsenal fan. Yeah, Mount is tired still. Yeah. I think you're getting that wrong. To quickly just wrap up, guys, as we have come to the end of the show. Yeah, because it's coming close. It's 9 o'clock. Just want to get your final thoughts on De Gea or Nana, or last words to the viewers. I'm going to start with you, Jerome, since I'm bugging out again. Oh my God, my video. But let's start with you.
Yeah, now just to summarize, thanks De Gea for your good 12 years. It's been a pleasure. But it's time for us to move forward now. New manager, new ideas, and hopefully new owners coming in with new ideas to help take us forward. And I'm excited to see a new goalkeeper coming in to help us change our brand of football for the better. More proactive, progressive, attacking and attractive style of play. Hopefully get the fans excited again, and hopefully us that can all go up there and enjoy watching football again, because we have for the last few years on the Ollie. So I'm optimistic, and like you said, the foundations start from the back, and we need a goalkeeper that can kick ball as well, not just punt it up to the opposition. That's not a dig at De Gea, but that's what we were seeing for a lot of last season. And if we get less of that, then it's looking promising going forward.
Thank you, Jerome, for that. As one Don MUFC just said again. Did you hear what Pep said about him? He's talking about Onana right there, that you can't press him. That's why he never do it in a Champions League final. We saw that as well. And of course, Els as well said, big up David De Gea, sick keeper. You see, that's an Arsenal fan. Depths, final thoughts and words to everyone regarding today's show, or whatever you gotta say regarding
Yeah,
David or Onana.
yeah, very, very. I'm extremely happy with Ten Hag. I'm extremely happy. You know, Ralph Ragnick walked into the club and he's laboured out all the problems,
Mm-hmm.
and he basically said, get rid of the dead wood or what is old and bring in what is new for players that signed around 40 to 60 million pounds. And Ten Hag has not looked away from players between 40 and 60 million pounds. To see United sign players within that bracket and them players now go on to be the leading players of the league is wonderful. And you know, he's kept it going this season too.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, farewell to De Gea. He was an old guard.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he was a guy that, you know, kept United in title chases, but he never really was the guy that would take the title home for us. So farewell to him, you know. But it's out with the old, in with the new, and I think Ten Hag has now got his a vice grip around the club now, and he's demonstrating just a footballing awareness by signing the right players. Like, he's actually signing the right players. You know, you can't even the low name signings when the hierarchy told him you ain't got no money. We can't give you Felix. We ain't gonna put £8 million into this player. Pick a free striker on. You pick Workhorse. Workhorse weren't the guy to, you know, win the league, but he was the guy to never make a mistake,
Mm-hmm.
to follow tactical inclusion and to keep United ticking. And now he's got 50 million to do that with a better striker, with a better midfielder. And yeah, man, he's done it again. I reckon with Mount, the new signing Højlund and Onana is between 40, 60, stuck to the plan of
Mm-hmm.
making this club great again. So yeah, man, I'm so happy to see United sign players for a reasonable price again, man.
Absolutely. You know what, guys? I do apologize from the sound coming in and the video as well. Myself not moving, but this has been it in the show. And big up to Depps was just saying that as well. Of course, Manchester United making smart signings as well, and these players becoming leading players. But big up to David De Gea as well for an amazing career at Manchester United as well. Gotta pay respects to him because, of course, he is a club icon in my opinion. Not a legend to me because a legend means does way more than what he's done. And of course, we just let that word legend loose so loosely, but we just let that loose. Like, not everyone is a legend because they played for our club, you know. But anyway, it is what it is. But David here, thank you very much. And Andre Onana, we're looking forward to everyone that's tuned in today. Big up. This has been your latest Match United news. I'm back live again next week, Monday. And of course, watch out. Keep out for and keep your eye out for the latest short videos regarding any breaking news regarding Manchester United and any more transfer news. As always, guys, big up to you guys. Smash that like button, share across all social media platforms, subscribe to Reggie Night TV, and we'll see you next time. And as I always end the show, remember to keep it united and also remember to keep it Reggie United. Your boy is out. Peace and love to everyone. See you next time. Peace.
Peace.